So coming up here, usually I don't like the send in this part of the mountain. This is like the entrance to the main road, just because, you know, a little more traffic in the school right there. Like you see on the right there, I thought there was a ranger on the right. That's why I was looking, but I was like, you know what? If there's a ranger there, let's get some distance. So coming up here, this section right here, it's really smooth, kind of high speeds. At least everyone gets warmed up here. That's kind of feeling it out. We had 3 passengers in the car, well, 2 passengers and myself in the car. This was the 4th run of the night, so I was pretty comfortable with how the car performs. Around here, usually I take it easy. I had a few deer counters on this corner, and coming up on this right-hander, the only reason I hate this area is if you look to the left, the guardrail is really close to the road, so there's no wiggle room through here at all. And the intersection on the right here, I've seen police posted up here in the past. Coming up here on the left, past this sign, if you see the tree there, we had a crash there. My buddy's crashed his Mark III Golf into that. That was an experience. So coming up, this is where we usually turn around in our runs. Usually at this point, floored, sent. They've been repaving the road, so it's nice. Dive through here, taking the little, taking the full send line because, yes, I can see why people love their SIs and their Type Rs. If this is the base platform that's performing this well with economy tires, I see what the deal is. I see what the big deal is. On through, here we go. We're starting now on the official time. I was impressed with the brakes and the tires. I've heard allegedly that certain people that have borrowed this vehicle have, you know, done their little tweaks to it, and it seemed to have worked. Rolling through the changes in the surface there, the asphalt to the concrete, isn't too bad for grip. I haven't noticed anything, but maybe I wasn't going to limit. There's our resident as usual. Coming through, some of the bumps that usually would take away confidence have been reduced, so now I can take more, dare say, suicidal lines. Like for example, right here, this big bump right here at this tree has been removed, so now you can take the line more aggressively. And on this corner here,
slick surface.
On the inside right here, they took away the washboarding, which I liked just because it was kind of good and let me mark where my tires were, but I could relearn it. The jump, I decided not to jump it just because, you know, we're going pretty quick here already. I think we're going, what, center 70s? Yeah, we're going pretty quick through here. This is my favorite section, and so far, there's maybe, oh, hi. Yeah, I forgot about the runner here that almost ruined our night. So far, there's only a few drivers that could possibly keep me through here. The Evo, the Tesla, maybe a few Miatas, but a lot of people have difficulty keeping pace through here. The flashing light you see in the dash is the Honda hack, the fully disabled traction control and stability control that a certain driver told me, so I appreciate that. Coming here, the crosswalk, no drama. Kind of cut it on the inside here. They repaved this entire uphill right here, so there used to be a nice gnarly bump at the top for stiff cars that would bump it up, but you know. And obviously CVT action. Bouncing off rev because, you know, that's what you do with CVT. Tried to do some lift-off oversteer there, but it was balanced. You have to really fuck with this thing. I got a little there, but took it a little easy through here just because we had reports of a ranger, but you know, they were unfounded, but it was in the back of my mind. Right here, though, I did slow down. There was lights that came up on oncoming. Usually I don't like to blow past because they look new lights. Come to find out, it was another possible Touge monster. He was just taking a chill. Mark V Supra. I was considering just ripping E to chase him, but I was like, you know what? It doesn't look like he's taking it that pace to turn around. I just wanted to finish the lap. Come through here, paved all this section, so do grip surfaces do adjust to.
Oversteer, David.
Coming up the Cush corner. Now, this area I'm gonna have to relearn, still do my light checking, just because that my lines would still work, but obviously for in a car that can reach the limits of this road easier, it's gonna be an interesting adjustment. And they seem to widen the road a little bit too, so maybe I can take more solid lines. Yeah, this Civic was very impressive. So some of these things like late braking, it was just balanced and felt nice. I think the only thing I would probably want in this is maybe a tiny bit more power, a little bit more tire, and otherwise, like, in the hands, it was fine. They got rid of the bump here that ripped my exhaust off. But typical Touge fashion, there's you'll see the undulations coming up right here. This bump right here, if your car is really stiff, will still put you airborne. And my best part here, they got rid of the major elevation change here at the bridge, so now you're not destroying your tires and shocks and rims at the end of your run. And they've also added some asphalt here on the right, so now you don't have to go into the dirt to pull a U-turn to come back around. All right, this is the northbound run. Car has been pretty worn in, but let's get rolling. Coming up to the bridge. Again, they've fixed the asphalt's been adjusted, so now there's no more sharp bumps there. Coming through here, holding some good speed. Some of the bumps have been ironed out, but there's still some adjustments that can still be made because you can still see, like, I was diving in there and it's still bumpy, but you know, the car's pretty low and we're loaded down, a couple passengers. And up here, coming up to Brown Boys Corner, I like to call it, because I've seen a Jetta get airborne right here. Coming through here, usually a little hesitation, but right, left. I love how much out close I'm able to cut on the left here. I think I've done some pretty sketchy maneuvering right there for people following. Rolling through here, a lot nicer. Kind of jerk the wheel, but yeah, this thing has definitely inspired a lot of confidence. Coming back to Cush Corner. This time around, I decided to do a full yeet into this turn, just because, like, trying to eat the extra second out of it. Coming up this corner, this is the only corner I still have hesitation on, just because I never like to fully dive into it. I'm starting to get over it, just because everyone else seems to dive and never had an issue, so yeah. Coming up this straight, blowing past. I don't think we had any people this time, nope. Coming up here, hug it, and I got a little bit of sketch going on right here. Just because it's how smooth that they smoothed it out, so it's new little geometry to work through. Coming up to Corolla Corner and Gulf Corner, send it through. Still on the floor. There's a suicide jump on the right by the sign.
Where to go? That Supra's in the way.
We passed the Supra, a Mark V Supra coming up, so we're like, I wonder where we're going to catch him if not. Sending it down here. It's a little bit different since it's smoother, so the bumps that I usually use as feeling reference are gone, but you know, a little bit of brake fade coming up the crosswalk. Got my favorite switchback after crosswalk. A little bit slower than usual, but it was still did it pretty well. Come on, CVT, warm it up. Had a little more speed through here. Usually, I didn't do the full centrist send, just because I was like, you know, after 4 runs in, you're kind of, you know, getting a little worn out, but you know, still put on a show. No traffic rolling through. We had that TRD Tacoma did spook me a little bit, but we're rolling. Coming through, still committing. This time we didn't have any oncoming at the intersection over here, which was a near miss earlier tonight, but that's when I said, yep, like, okay, we're clear. We used the light pole wires above for reference. Yeah, shit was holy there. Coming through here, this corner, I still don't like to ride the full inside, because at least a good 1/8 mile of a constant left is just not, you know, I don't want to have to jerk it, because if you saw a previous video where a Golf had to do that line, he went into the dirt. I tried to avoid that. Bump and fix there, so I could go a lot harder through here, which is nice. Doing the brake. If you get this car set up perfectly in a corner, it's just beautiful. No understeer. I don't know how Honda does it. There's that Supra again, spooking me. But yeah, this platform is definitely a potential platform, just in base form. Like, if you just pick up a base Civic, put a tire on it, give it some power outers, you got a good potent Touge machine. Probably reliable as well. Just get the stick shift, don't get the CVT. Coming up here, we got time. I don't know how that was off the top of my head, but it felt pretty damn quick. And I decided to cool it down around here, just because I used up, you know, gas being $6.50 a gallon, you know, I used up about 4 gallons of gas on these runs, so it was pretty expensive runs. And I just wanted to make sure the Ranger wasn't parked down there waiting for us to come back down.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah, and I think I gave my passenger some orgasmic release. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna do a full quote on that, but yeah.
Surprisingly pretty agile. This is like a base model.
Yeah, base.
I mean, really, the only thing holding it back, other than the CVT. I mean, CVT is actually okay. It was starting to overheat. You can probably hear it whining, but that was after 3 runs. Really, it just needs better tire, maybe better brake pad, and it's good to go.